Okay, Facebook changed what they're up to. Live video, mystery mask. Okay, fair enough. No, we just could do this. Quand vient le fin de l'été sur la plage, il faut alors se quitter, peut-être pour toujours oublier cette plage et nos baisers. Suzanne, comment ça va? Or how's it going? Excuse me, I'm singing in French. Quand vient le fin de l'été sur la plage, le mois va se terminer comme il a commencé, doucement sur la plage par un baiser. Le soleil est plus pâle, mais nous n'irons plus danser. Pour tout, car tout un hiver, notre amour aura changé. Quand vient le fin de l'été sur la plage, le photographe finale, les vacances ont duré, emporte la tendresse de nos baisers. How's it going, Susan? How's it over where you are? Le soleil est plus pâle, mais nous n'irons plus danser. Pas tout, car pour tout un hiver, notre amour aura changé. Quand vient la fin de l'été sur la plage, il faut alors se quitter, peut-être pour toujours oublier cette plage et nos baisers. That was a song I just heard this morning. Our daughter, Susan, I'll let you know, thanks for coming. Our daughter, 17, who thankfully has an eclectic musical taste, was playing this song. The most celebrated version was by a certain Lauren Woolsey, but she was playing a version by this group called Les Sauvages, the Savage Cats, or the Wildcats, or the Stray Cats, French version. And it's a rockabilly group from 50s, early 60s, and so they usually are doing but this one is sort of more of that romantic, slow style, almost a bolero, with the drums that go. And so she was playing this, and I thought it was nice, and so I looked up the chords, and voila, quoi. And frustrating thing is I can't figure out the origin of this song. Some seem to indicate that it's an adaptation of an English language song. The title is Derniers, which means last kisses, final kisses. And I'm wondering if it's, and someone said last kiss is the English one, but Eddie Vedder did a copy of that, and it doesn't sound anything like this, but as far as the chords go. And then the chords indicated on here, they don't mention that you have to capo it at the 6th fret to get it to sound like the recorded version by Les Sauvages. But anyway, it's good fun, and as you can see, or as you can hear, I'm going to have to practice that a little better. Quand vient la fin de l'été sur la plage, il faut alors se quitter, peut-être pour toujours oublier cette plage et nos baisers. But Susan, how's things? How's the weather? It's a gorgeous day today. I went out a bit. I carried up this canvas and a board to bolt it to, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this with old book pages and blueprints to create sort of a randomized motif in the background, a randomized texture, and then I'm going to do a painting over it, because as you know, I got a painting into a gallery the other day, and Bruno, my pal, who works there, who invited me to be part of his entreprise, his enterprise. So he prefers square format canvases, and so I only had one square format canvas of a rooftop Paris, or Les Toits de Paris, as I like to say, series. And so he commissioned 6 others, or 5 others, but I think I'm going to do 6 so that I have 7 up there, because 7 is such a lovely, lucky number. And so this canvas is going to be part of that. So I carried this up and a board, and so that was kind of fun to sweat it out, hauling them up the hill here. I'm at the top of Belleville, almost. It's a hill, en Rue de Pyrénées. And Pyrenees, as you know, are the mountain range that divides France and Spain. And so if this, I'm sure this road, Pyrenees, goes forever. It's like the longest road I know in Paris, kilometers and kilometers, and which is rare, because oftentimes in Paris the names of the road change at a cross street. So, for example, Rue du Temple, when you cross Place de la République, becomes Faubourg du Temple, and what else are there? Well, Oberkampf, when it crosses the Boulevard Richard Lenoir, Dick the Black, as I like to say, it changes names, so. And Oberkampf, yes, and then when it gets to an arbitrary point, the Boulevard du name is escaping me right now, but it should be Belleville. But and that changes too. When it comes to a corner, the Boulevard de Belleville changes name, and it becomes Boulevard du La Villette at one point, just a little bit after that, and so Oberkampf changes to Ménilmontant. All that to say is that Rue de Pyrénées goes on forever. You can ride from here all the way to nearly a suburb, which is called, well, anyway, it's where the Chateau de Vincennes is. Vincennes, that would be the name of the suburb. So this is, okay, so, well, little art update. This is what I call a test sheet. And so what I do is instead of rinsing the pigment down, if I have to test a color or a technique, I use a test sheet to check a technique or a color before I put it on the painting. And then this comes out with a nice sort of background itself. And tell me, do you prefer it like, what's it look like that? But what if we do this? Boom! Whole nother perception, isn't it? Got the light shining off of it there. Kind of fun. What's it make you think of? I'd be curious to know. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to include this, I believe, in my my classical mythology series. And I'm going to put a figure from that figure motion study photography session I had, and put that on there, work on that. But let's see, earlier Facebook has changed its live video method, and so I had neglected to press record for the last one, so this is the second time I'm going through here. And I was wondering if you've ever heard of oblique strategies. I think I've heard of it before. It's like it's a divining system for it's for art. It's divided. It was devised by Brian Eno, the musician, who you may well know. He worked with U2 a little bit. He's been around forever. He used to have a group in the '60s called I want to say Electric Furs, but I don't think that's what it is. It's something along those lines. But he and his buddy made this card system. So it's like a deck of 52 cards, and each one, what you do is you think of a question. Like, for instance, I was thinking of, okay, so I've got these 6 more canvases to paint. What should I do? And what you would do is you would consult the oracle of the oblique strategies by just clicking the button. I have it online now. There's an app for that, and so it's sort of like and then what you do is you meditate on whatever the response is, and the responses are really arcane. Like the last time I did it was a number of days ago, maybe a week ago, when I was trying to figure out what was I trying to figure out. I was trying to go for working on a painting, and it was destroy nothing, destroy everything. So okay, kind of strange, but it's like a cone to meditate on. And so sometimes, all that to say is that I was sitting here, and after everyone's nice comments, I was wondering, okay, what am I going to do? And I looked out the window, and out this window here, you can't see it, there's a chimney with 5 stovepipes, and I looked at it, and the sky was bright blue with just some happy little clouds going behind the chimney. So I took a snapshot of that, and I think that's going to be one of my paintings that I'm going to work on soon for the gallery. Bruno wants me to do 2 40 by 40 centimeter paintings. He prefers the carré, the square format. 2 50 by 50, that's about half a yard, and 1 80 by 80. This is or meter by meter. This is 80 by 80, so it's massive. And I do not know what I'm going to do there, but I have plenty of work in front of me before I have to get to that. So just to say, this is 50 centimeters right here. So this is about, that would be how big it's going to be, a 50 by 50. And then 40 would be around, around here. And so that's that. And what I was going to say is sometimes I use the menu de la lumière, for the same purposes as I do the oblique strategies or horoscopes. You know, you've got horoscopes like Rob Bresney's True Astrology, Real True Astrology. I can't, the title escapes me right now. But what it is, it's like, it's different. It's a little story. It's something that makes you think. It's not like your love sign is in Pisces with the moon rising in Sagittarius, and then be on the lookout for the love of your life. But if you're looking, but if wealth is your goal, then you would do better to retreat until Mercury retrograde is terminated, something like that. This one, it's just more about telling stories and so forth. And it's the same with the guerrier de la lumière. For example, quand nous désirons quelque chose, l'univers entier conspire en notre faveur. The guerrier de la lumière, le sait. So that's nice. When we desire something, the entire universe conspires in our favor. The warrior of the light knows this. C'est pourquoi il fait très attention à ses pensées. So for this reason, he pays close attention to his thoughts. Car c'est derrière toutes sortes de bonnes intentions se trouvent des sentiments que personne n'ose s'avouer. Hidden behind all sorts of good intentions are found sentiments that no one dares to reveal. La vengeance, l'autodestruction, la culpabilité, le peu de la victoire, les joies macabres devant la tragédie qui affecte les autres. That's Shadowfree. Okay, so the vengeance, self-harm, self-destruction, blame, the fear of victory, and then the macabre joy in front of tragedy that affects others. That's Shadowfree. L'univers ne juge pas, il conspire en faveur de nos désirs. The universe doesn't judge, it conspires in favor of our desires. Aussi le guerrier a-t-il le courage de regarder les zones d'ombre de son âme. As well, the guerrier has the courage to look into the dark parts of his soul. That's like the Jungian shadow, perhaps. Il s'enforce de les illuminer de la lumière du pardon. He tries to light them up with the light of forgiveness. Et il fait toujours très attention à ce qu'il pense. Always pay attention to what he thinks. Voila. Well, it's time to go. Thanks, Susan. Hope you're well. Hope everything's all good over where you are. Ciao for now. Bisous.